Blessings and welcome forward to Reasonings right here at the Tree of Life. I am your facilitator, Jerome Sage Butler. Just carrying forward the works of the Most High, vessel in the hands of divine law. First of all, I want to give thanks to all the people that are subscribing on Seared Media, on YouTube, and following us on Facebook and on IG. And give thanks to those who are also following me, Jerome Sage Butler on Facebook and Jerome Sage Butler on IG. I want to extend a sincere gratitude for the people who have been sending forward positive light, positive love, positive energy towards Seared Media. I want to give thanks for the rise in our viewership on the network, and we just want to give thanks for even the whole YouTube network as well too, because we're not in to advance ourselves. It's helping to advance the welfare of the whole human race, if possible by the grace of the Most High God. So I want to give thanks for all who are watching these videos, who are responding, and I want to thank even the people who are responding negatively. I mean, I've had a curve in being angry at you, because right now it's past being angry at you. I'm not condescending. I want to thank you too. Please, let me be very honest. I was once similar to you. I was full of myself and full of my programming, right? So it made me look at things in a certain way, right? So because it made me look at things in a certain way, it made me react a certain way to information. So it's just where you are, and I accept it. And forgive me for being a little sharp-tongued, because me tell you, I'm not a play-around person, so I'm not a clergyman. I don't represent the church now in a special interest, so be very careful. These are my experiences, so be careful when you respond to people's experiences, because listen, my brother, my sister, I don't have a script. I'm not responding from some written, pre-designed thing, so be very careful, right? It's my life, and I'm emotional about it, because I'm not talking about something that I read in a book. Please. Today's topic, right, is really about food. Say I got the fruits, right? What is the right foods to consume? Is it really that we should just consume fruits and vegetables? How do you look at it? How do I look at it? I have a vast view of looking at it, and the Lord to present the vast view. I could present the closed-minded view, which is just to say, well, fruits and vegetables are really the way to life. They're alkaline and they're more aligned with our biochemistry, and hence that is it. There are millions of people who eat meat, and there are also people who are vegan who tell people who eat meat that basically you are cursed and you are basically consuming death. One of the issues I want to say is that people say that the people who eat meat are only getting negative energy from the dead animal. But I must say, they only get the bad energies when they haven't completed the rites that we're taught to complete upon consuming the meal, right? First of all, the state of mind you're in upon your preparation to go hunt. Because in the hunter-gatherer state, a little bit after the gatherer, because we love to talk about hunter-gatherer, but we know it's the gatherers first, right? But when we started hunting, right, the old creed in hunting was that you would have what would call a session of your trance. You're in trance, whether in your tent or whatever, you gather together and you praise and you give thanks to the spirits to offer you up the hunt of the day. Now, when you, the human, would petition, well, a group of you, right, would petition the spiritual world, what would happen? The spiritual world would in turn return a response, right? They would send you to a specific spot, right? And they would show you a specific animal, right? And they would say, this animal, that animal, these are the ones to be killed. Why would the spirit show you these animals? Because these animals had offered up themselves, right? Because we're all a part of the cosmic, right? And these animals were petitioned by the spirit, and they gave of themselves. So when the meat was eaten, and the old shamanic and the ancient people can talk about this, and I know people are hail when they talk about shamanic. Remember, I'm not no modern Christian, I'm not no ancient Christian either, right? So just listen carefully. In the ancient indigenous tongue and indigenous cultures, after they would pray for the animal, that for the hunt, they would go and the spirit would lead them to the hunt, to the animal. Those animals in the cosmic already had given up their spirit, given up their life. They had offered up their life upon the request of the divine, because the people had petitioned, right? And so in that culture it was said, take only what you need. Kill not for fun, nor sport, nor for game. Now I know the modern people are angry and say that there are people eating up the flesh off of the earth. They are very concerned with, number one, the game hunters philosophy that came in after the hunter-gatherer stage, when man got opulent and started hunting animals for fun and for sport. That broke the laws. That broke the cosmic laws, right? Because no longer did you need the animals for sustenance nor for food. You needed them just for sport. Now that's a different thing. Next thing I want to say, because of animal husbandry, For thousands of years, we've actually been domesticating a certain kind of animal and reproducing them in a contained environment. Now, albeit modern environments of doing that is inhumane and unnatural, right? So we can say definitely it's not healthy. Which brings me to the right point I want to make. So that was my preamble. So I'm neither defending vegan, nor am I defending meat eaters. I'm a living being. So you must understand where you are in the cosmos and how to connect yourself, right? To have harmony. What my word to you about food is this. How you prepare your meals, may they be vegan meals, may they be meat eaters meal, has to be from a place of thankfulness. Your spirit has to be clean. Your spirit has to be thankful. Because what you imbue in the food is what you will get out of the food, more than any toxins or anything. We'll get to the toxins in a bit. So one must be in the right state of mind before one prepares one's meal. In ancient Hopi and lots of the Amerindian traditions, or even indigenous traditions, it is said that before preparing meal, the women, the men, whoever is the chef, would have to be in a very clean, meditative state. It is kind of handed down to us in the hygienics, or the hygiene and the hygienic practices surrounding modern food preparation, right? So, you know, people clean their hands very much, and, you know, you don't taste with a spoon from the pot in your hand. So there's a certain hygienic practices. Now, those practices were once spiritual practices of being clean on the inside, i.e. no bad thoughts, i.e. you're not over the pot preparing a meal for 40 members of the tribe or 50 members of the family, and you're thinking about sorrow and sadness. You're going to make everybody sad, unclean, unhealthy. So the mind had to be clear. So how you prepare your meal is very important, right? And after you prepare it, how you present it is very important. The cosmos has symmetry. Present your food appropriately. Your aesthetic being, aesthetic nature is in you. Present your food appropriately, right? In the colors and everything arrayed beautifully for the visual as well as for the senses, the taste, and for the processing to the biological systems, all right? You must be thankful before receiving the meal. So you're thankful before preparing the meal, you're thankful during the process of preparing the meal, and then before receiving the meal, you pray your prayer, along with all who know is in receive or about to consummate this meal. So the next thing then, after you have consummated the meal, during the process you're thankful for the taste, you're full joy in the taste, the array of flavors, inflections, and the essence and how it all came together. And then you are thankful after you've consumed the meal, right? Because that's how you have the proper digestion. And then you then clean up after yourself, returning everything to a certain harmony. These are processes that have grown with us as humans, that the highest spiritual language has been imbued in them. We have language of entree, starter, main course. We have language such as bon appetit in French, such as to enjoy your meal. And there are many gastronomic delights, you know, words to describe mastering in food, cuisine, and preparation. Those are all coming from the spiritual aesthetic of knowing that a highly blissful and harmonious heart produces better food, better tasting food. Remember, many chefs of ancient would say love is the secret ingredient. We're quite familiar with that now, right? It's not a cliche, it's a fact. I mean, you know, and there are many books that come about that, you know, that tells us about how emotions, like sweet water for chocolates, and, you know, how emotions affect the meal and how you can just, you know, color a meal for the better or the worse with your emotions. So it leads me now, because since we've gone through that, the understanding of, you know, the state of mind you're in during, before, during, and after your meal, all right? Now we go to the toxins in the meal. Because what is happening is that modern food has got a lot of hormone and biotoxins. So there's a new thing coming up on us called food addiction, and that's what the Spirit wants me to talk to you about. Now this food addiction, because the foods that you have in our taste sensory heightened in their perceptions, meaning they heighten your sensory perception through taste. So it's like they're giving you orgy through good taste, right? sorry, I should say orgasm, or somewhat of an orgy, because all these tastes, these multiplicity of tastes bursting in your mouth. So they're really entering into your psychic energy through taste. And these taste-laden foods are causing people to overeat and taking a lot of unhealthy hormones into their body and biotoxins. So food addiction is what the Spirit wants me to talk to you about. Be very careful that you're not addicted to the foods that you're consuming, that you're not eating to live, but rather living to eat these biochemicals, right? There are people who eat a lot of processed foods, but the Lord said if it's consumed in the right context, with the right kind of hydration, it can go through your system. But if you're attached to the food and deeply passionate about eating it, that you savor every bite like it's Jesus Christ you're consuming like bread and wine, then you are going to have an addiction problem to food. And the food is filled with these toxins that are driving your emotional states to overeat. There's obesity that is as a result. I'm not targeting anybody, so please don't send me in a retard to tell people that I'm offensive because I'm talking about obesity. Please, get real, all right? I'm not offensive, I'm just trying to be real, right? It's driving a lot of people to overeat because they're not in control of their taste buds. It's being overexcited. It's like being oversexed. It's too much. It feels good, but then it comes to a point where it's dangerous, right? And so that's why obesity is rampant, because we're being addicted to the foods we're consuming, because they're not really being designed or being created out of a true, healthy, harmonious state of mind. And even if they are so-called organic, they're heavily laced with chemicals, right? And hormonal energies which are imbued in them, right? For so-called posterity and keeping them looking fresh. I'm not trying to hit no food companies, because I'm not going to mention any food companies, because I know that thing goes. I know when you mention these people, they jump on your frequency. So I have no issues about that. I'm just saying, the power is with you to choose the food. Now, if you are being influenced by mass media marketing, then I would say you're in trouble. What I would say is that if you are a child of the living God, or you're a spiritually awakened person, or a person seeking towards that, then you begin to realize that your body is truly a temple. And if you know that your body is a temple, then you kind of realize that what gets into your temple, what comes into your temple, can either harmonize your temple or disharmonize your temple, right? So then you begin to realize that maybe the way you're dressed, you don't like it, right? You probably don't like the way you're dressed because you feel naked or you feel effeminate. And you probably want to dress like how you really are, right? And then the food is the same. Some of the foods make you feel awful inside. The moment you become awakened, they hurt your stomach. So then you begin to learn your own biometrices, right? They begin to tell you now, just like we have your circadian rhythm to teach you when to rest and when to be awake, you have your biorhythms that teach you now what you need, right? And they tell you your biodigestive or your bioabsorption rhythms, right? Or your bioassimilation rhythms, right? They're all there. They tell you what are minerally lacking in the body, what is lacking in your elemental, whether through your alkaline, whether you're having too much acidity in the body. You know, sweet foods tend to give you too much acidity, right? And you know that if you do too much alkaline foods, you're gonna be too anemic, right? So you know you have to have balance, right? So a little bit of everything comes together, because love, the truest state, if we refer it to food, is really a state of harmony between taste, right? When there's a harmony between taste, it is sweet, yet subtly, slightly sour, a tan bit tart, tangy, a tad bitter, bitterish, a little sour, right? A little saltish. It has a amalgamation of taste that is rich to the palate. If we can get our taste buds, like our spiritual life, to align, when you're awake, you will want more electrolyte, healthy food. You will then realize how you prepare the food, the state of mind you're in, actually helps the food to actually give you the kind of energy you want from the food, right? So then you realize that it's not just the food which has all this energy. You realize that you actually add to the quality of what you get back from your meals, right? So remember, be very careful of the biotoxins, the hormonal deposits and concentration in the foods you're eating. And I must say, they are not just hormonal meat products, they're hormonal flora, there are hormonal plant products as well too, right? So it's not just that the plants are exempt from the hormonal imbalances, right? So be careful of all the modified foods because they will have a genuine effect upon the body, right? And then if it is your temple, you'd want to keep it clean and harmonious because you don't want it to fail you in moments when you need it for the resplendent experience we call life. So you want to be healthy, you want to be wholesome, to have healthy, wholesome, harmonious experience. This has been Jerome Sage Butler at the Tree of Life, just shedding a little light into our gastronomic practices. By all means, prepare healthy meals that are full with love, love of the divine Christ, the divine creator, the beauty of nature, and what is healthy for your physical and spiritual and mental and emotional well-being. Yes, pray over the food. By all means, pray before preparing the meal. Pray over the meal, pray after receiving the meal. Be thankful. Thankfulness, it's an ancient order. You can look into the ancient traditions. They might not always have God as an entity or as how we see it in the modern, but they always had a tradition of being very thankful to the cosmos, the creative spirit, to nature, for whatever they consume. They never took more than what they need. So be very careful. Gluttony is born in desire. So don't overeat or overdrink to prove no machoism or no feminism or prove no sense of you being more, because you will just offset your own balance, feel uncomfortable, and then be embarrassed by the end results, and then no one should mention it. Remember, you have a power and a will to control what you put in your temple and the end result of what comes out of your temple, which is your genuine outlook. So improve your outlooks in how you choose to consume. Consume healthy, be healthy in your consumption, and be very thankful, right? Jerome Sage Butler, Tree of Life, giving thanks for the life we are given, and for the fruits and the vegetables and for the foods and for the animals who give up their souls, and those in the healthy ways, and forgive these people who are slaughtering these animals, who are growing these headless chickens. Have mercy, Lord. Be very careful what you consume. Be very careful. Choose wisely, be healthy, be strong, right? And in like manner, help some people around you to eat healthier. Because guess what? It's by example, each one teach one. So when you get that process in you, that harmonious process of helping, of being thankful for the food and the state of mind, and and being happy, sharing that meal with others too, even boxing up someone, carrying it on the street and giving to the homeless, just expand it. Don't make it big like it's a philosophy me I tell you and turn me into the preacher man who asks for offerings, Just share it, share the love, and you never know what moment you're gonna be in next that you might actually be in receipt of the love that you actually gave out. So approach the food with a wholesome practice, pray over it, be prayerful, be thankful. Blessings to the Most High God. Here's towards healthy eating. Bon appetit. Oh, by the way, remember you're a gift to yourself and a gift to your environment. Continue to be that beautiful gift. Share that gift in your food and all your gastronomic mastery.